When you see basketball's top defenders trying to guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, their strategies often fall apart before your eyes. Elite defenders struggle to understand how SGA maneuvers, how he twists through the paint, constantly changing speeds and directions, always finding his way to the basket with unorthodox moves. His rapid ascent in the league is easy to explain. Shai is incredibly hard to stop. SGA put up a career-best 31.8 points and 6.6 assists per 75 possessions, and he did it on 63.6% true shooting, which is almost 6% better than league average. Shai does his scoring from a little bit of everywhere. We'll start from inside 10 feet from the basket, where he attempted almost half of his field goals from and completely dominated teams. SGA attacks in transition here, while constantly changing speeds and going downhill at his defender, before slowing down and gathering himself for the finish. Shai's 6'6" height and 6'11" wingspan helps him so much to finish at the rim effectively. He shot 73% on shots within 3 feet from the basket, which is totally absurd for a guy his size. You see, he likes to get downhill in transition by using that left hand in and out to constantly change speeds and direction, as he does here, and uses his strength for the finish. This time, he's in the half court and has a longer defender on him. He gets downhill using his low base to get under the defender. He then uses that offhand to slap the defender's arm away to get more separation. Finally, he picks it up high over the gap defender and lays it in. This is a textbook drive to the basket that young guards need to study to learn how to attack downhill. He does the same thing here with Gafford on him, as he uses that low base to get downhill before swiping Gafford's arm away and creating that separation. And then that's just elite strength and body control for the finish. It's Lively's turn now, and again, Shai drives right past him while using that off arm to swipe the defender's hand away. Just so crafty and so pretty to watch. He also does it going to his left, as he uses his offhand and long strides to slither around PJ for the floater. Again, he gets lower than his defender, uses his off arm to swipe, then slithers right around him and finishes with the reverse layup. Some of these literally look like identical plays because he's doing the exact same thing, only to different defenders, but they just can't stop it. It's truly amazing. This time, Shai pushes the ball before the Pels defense can set up. They try to double Shai, but he slithers around Nance and gets to the rim before any help can come. Shai's long strides are key to getting past defenders, and his ability to drive either way and finish with either hand is what makes him so tough to guard. He hits a mean in and out to get by Gafford, and then finishes a tough layup with his left, displaying his great body control in the air. Shai loves to attack in semi-transition situations where the defense is not set up yet. He lightly pushes the ball here before exploding past Trey Murphy with the crossover to then use his strength and get to that shoulder bump that he loves using for the finish. And it's the change of speed and direction here that makes it impossible to defend. Murphy again is not in a stance when Shai goes from one speed to another, as he gets lower than his defender when driving by. His low base makes it so difficult to defend him if you're a bigger or longer forward. But at the same time, you can't put a guard on him because of Shai's size, which makes him a total mismatch for most teams. This time, it's Marshall defending, and Shai just slithers right below him to blow past him for the layup. Shai also utilizes shot fakes very well. Here, he shields off Kyrie before shot faking and getting Gafford to bite. I can confidently say SGA is one of, if not, the most crafty player in the league. He creates efficient shots by keeping the game simple with no wasted dribbles or movements. Now, let's get into his attack from the mid-range, where he attempted the majority of his shots from. He shot an absurd 53% on shots 10 to 16 feet from the basket. In other words, he's a mid-range assassin and a true 3-level scorer. Shai's mid-range attack starts with his ability to initiate contact with his defender. In almost every one of these clips, you'll see him take a bump and just float back into his midi jump shot, especially versus guards who are smaller than him. Just like his drives, SGA is a master at slightly using that off arm to where it's still legal to create space. Here, Shai attacks PJ and just calmly stops, fades back, and nails the jumper. and it's the same thing here versus the smaller CJ McCollum. I love 3J, but he has no chance in defending that. Again, SGA slightly uses that offhand to get separation, and then utilizes his height to get that shot over the defender. He always looks like he's under control and can get to his spots whenever he wants. Like here, he gets his drive cut off, but gets to a step back jumper instead. He is a master of playing at his own pace and taking what the defense gives him. And a lot of these jump shots are set up because of his driving ability. If a defender actually does slide in front of his slithery drive, Shai just takes the bump and rises up. It's truly a simple game that he has completely mastered. This time, he takes the bump going to his left, steps back, and drains the open jump shot. Just like how he can drive and finish with either hand, he's comfortable pulling up for a jumper going either way as well. Here, he attacks the big in the pick and roll and pulls up for the midi. Shai is actually one of the most unique players ever. His combination of size, strength, and craftiness is something we haven't really seen before. While his shot is somewhat unorthodox, SGA actually reminds me of Kobe a lot, more than any other player in the league today. Whether it's his baseline fadeaways or great footwork, Shai has definitely studied a lot of Kobe Bryant film. This leads us to the next part of his game, and that's his post-ups, footwork, and turnaround jump shots. He's so patient in these situations and has clearly mastered his footwork, pivots, and shot fakes to be able to score when his dribble is dead. His right shoulder turnaround is one of his favorite moves and gets it off with great touch pretty much whenever he wants. This time, Green cuts off his drive when he tries to slither around him, but again, Shai is so patient and gets to his turnaround jumper. Here, SGA hits him with a simple jab and rises up for a clean look. Shai is also comfortable shooting that turnaround over his left shoulder. He really has no weaknesses scoring-wise. He takes the bump from Jones Jr. and hits the turnaround jump shot. This time, he utilizes the shot fake and nails the jumper. He has so many counters that defenders have no idea what he's going to do. I won't dive into Shai's scoring from the three-point line too much, but he's a career 35% three-point shooter on about 4 attempts per game, which is more than enough for defenders to respect since they're almost always off the dribble. All that to say, SGA is one of the most unique and crafty players in the NBA. His blend of size and strength, along with his ability to change speeds and maneuver through a defense, is incredible to watch, and it's incredibly tough to defend. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please like and subscribe, as I'll be posting more breakdowns on different players and teams. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.